everyone. Welcome to episode 45 of A Fern Between Us. This is our Valentine special.
We are two of the four owners of E45 Winery. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Michelle. And Jesse is actually pouring the decanted version of our Merlot, which we're tasting tonight. One of my personal favorites, but also one of the best wines that we produce to pair with chocolate. So we're actually going to do a side-by-side with a glass that's poured directly out of the bottle, and then one that has been decanted for just about 15 minutes. So not a long time, but I think there's going to be a pretty good difference. Before we forget, we are offering a Valentine special, which is 4 wines with 4 chocolates. It's a wine flight, and they're paired, pre-arranged. It will be tableside, and so we do encourage you to make reservations. We've already got a few on the books, but it is supposed to snow, so you definitely want to keep that in mind.
Sunday's going to be cold, guys, so Friday, Saturday might be your day to celebrate if you're going to do it on our patio.
Yeah, which I think you should probably do, and then you can pick up more chocolates and wine to celebrate at home on Valentine's Day. You know.
There you go. Yeah, supposedly we're getting a fierce Arctic, I guess it's already down throughout the Midwest, and it's just going to inch out towards us over the next couple days, and then starting Saturday night, it's going to be, it's just going to be cold, and then cold through Monday, so Sunday's going to be brutal cold, though.
All right, so I want to do the comparison real quick.
Okay.
So as we're tasting this, this is the Abbott Merlot, so from our Abbott Estate Vineyard. And so that's super high elevation. It's unlike most Merlots that you run across. I think that's an important distinction. It has a lot more character than some of the Merlots that a lot of people are used to buying at the supermarket or things like that. If you go to a winery, especially a Napa winery, they're making beautiful Merlots. Washington State's making beautiful Merlots too. You can really get your hands on some excellent ones these days. But tell us about the winemaking strategy.
Well, being high altitude and cool weather, cool.
I thought you were going to say being high.
Being high, it tastes good. Well, what's the big? No, being high altitude, it's going to be, and cooler weather. It's it's going to have more of those. Less fruity characteristics. It's not going to be quite as bold fruit, I guess, is how you want to say it. So therefore, all the other flavors are really more obvious or whatever. So you get more of the spices, the things like hot rocks, the herbs, the stuff like that is what you're going to see more in. We're obviously French oak, like we do all of our reds, but
it's very integrated.
It's very
I really like the approach on this.
Exactly. We did not want to bang you over the head with oak or smoke, so they just hopefully blend right in there, and you just get a nice, beautiful, elegant chocolate pairing wine.
So as I give you a second to taste those two, I am going to hold this up. Denali, am I getting it somewhat in the shot? All right. So these are these incredibly beautiful little chocolate boxes, little heart boxes that Liliana has made, the Exchois chocolates. And there is this small box and then a larger box, and they're filled with her amazing truffles. So we're going to open this up. But what a cool gift, right? I mean, they're so cute. As I have you, oh my gosh, I mean, these are so cute. Look at that. Oh, so beautiful. All right, I'm going to have you cut these so that we can just try a little bite.
Are you going to have me cut those?
Yes,
Oh, no.
because I can't. I will make a huge mess.
All right, so tell me about the wine.
Okay, so while you're cutting those, I will talk about the difference in the wine. I think it's really pretty amazing. I love your description of those earthy attributes. And I think that that's very prominent. Minerals, hot rocks, and then with the decanted one, it is so much softer, rounder. I actually get more of that kind of berry and also a pepper.
I got like a licorice, like a red licorice.
It's really interesting that those berries actually come through more after it's decanted. A lot of times when you age your wine, decanting is essentially doing that for you, is aging it. Often the fruit becomes more raisined, and it's actually, it tamed the tannins a lot.
Yeah,
it's really pretty.
The bottle version is just a little tighter, a little more tannic, a little more tannin forward. Like it's just kind of feels like more of a tannin bomb, whereas this just feels like an opened rose, like the petals are opening.
So I was thinking you and I would just take a little nibble from the same side.
Okay.
So this, I believe, is the vanilla.
Okay.
And let's see. Well, the chocolate itself is just phenomenal. It's a darker chocolate. The vanilla is very inclusive to the ganache. It's not a standout where, you know, like flavored chocolates are often too flavored for me.
Right.
So it's a
on air pause time while we swallow and sip
and make lots of
drink
mouth sounds.
and talk about how good it is, and you guys aren't having the same thing. Riveting TV.
Right? I know. For that one, I actually preferred the first.
The tighter the bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that, and then the plain heart is just your straightforward dark chocolate.
And do we know what the red is on top, or that's just
decoration?
Okay, and flavorless, supposedly.
Well, and I think that really goes with all of the wines you make. It's really incredibly versatile. It's also not so intense for people that like milk chocolate, but it's definitely got that structure and intensity of a really fine dark chocolate.
And Lily's supply of Venezuelan chocolate.
I didn't know if we were supposed to share this information.
Well, I'll tell. I guess I'll out it. But she's not been able to procure to get Venezuelan chocolate anymore. And so she switched over to, I think it's Ghana, right? Where she's getting her chocolate, and it's just got a little more earthiness. It is. I like them better.
I do too.
Which
I didn't think was possible.
Subtly different, but just a little more earthy, and I really love it.
And that one's cherry.
Okay, let's see how the cherry goes. That's a good pair probably with this, because this has kind of cherry notes in it.
Of course, generally speaking, you don't want to pair with a flavor, and that's actually one of our first questions is how do you go about doing a chocolate and wine pairing? And one of the things that you want to be looking at, it brings out a cola kind of flavor.
Oh, big time.
It's amazing.
Big time.
So there are general flavors that you do pick up in certain wines, aromas that inform your palate, and that's where you start getting into blind tasting. But generally speaking, you don't want to be pairing to the cherry or something like that, because not everybody can taste the same thing in a wine. So you want to be looking at more structure, and I think straight from the bottle, that tighter structure, that tannin, I think is really nice with the dark chocolate. And the decanted would probably hold with a milk chocolate, which can be difficult because it's sweeter. And so you want to make sure that your wine is on a similar level. You don't want the thing that you're eating to be sweeter than your wine, or it's not going to taste very good. So that's an important piece of that. And then if you're looking at a strong flavor, then you got to be careful with that too, because it can really dominate your wine. So if you're going with big, flavorful, bold chocolate, you want a big, powerful red.
Yeah.
Or bubbles.
Yeah.
Bubbles go with everything.
Bubbles go with a lot of stuff.
Right.
I mean, it comes across, because the acidity is so high, it comes across as the driest thing you've ever tasted, and then anything slightly sweet does pair with it then, because you have a sweet and a non-sweet. But if they're on a similar level, but one's sweeter than the other, it destroys the other one. So you want your wine and your food to be about the same sweetness or totally different.
Absolutely. So we're going to jump into some questions. If you have any further questions for us, write them in. We can answer as you head into the Valentine's weekend. But we do have all of our chocolates at the tasting room paired with different wines, so our staff can help you too. The first fun Valentine's question that we have is it wrong to expect my partner to have sex with me because it's Valentine's?
No, you're not wrong.
Also, I think that's, it's the Me Too movement. What are you talking about here,
So, yeah, obviously, right, no, your partner never has to have sex with you, right? That's they're not property of yours. You don't own them. You do need to, if you're the guy, or if you're anybody, actually, this goes both ways. It takes some amount of, take the trash out in the morning if you're hoping that tonight goes well. You know what I mean? And but with their permission, yeah, ideally you get to, you should both strive to that as a goal of the day, I would think, right?
Well, I think there's also some amount of, if it's too much buildup toward the birthday or the Valentine's Day or something like that.
On and it's got to be perfect.
Yeah, and then it's easy to have it kind of fall flat, or it's not as romantic, or it's this, that, and the other, and then you're not really, I don't know. I think that if it happens, great, but I think that you should take the whole week to, be having a good time, and that way there's not that same, pressure. So, yeah, that's...
The pressure thing sucks, and that always leads to weirdness, and that's
right. You don't want weirdness on Valentine's.
No. But if you, I don't know. I think keep it light, keep it fun, and go for it. Everyone should be into it.
Well, and chocolate and wine are aphrodisiacs, right?
Yes.
So there you go.
I'm already blowing it though, guys. I came home and I was like, hey, Thursday afternoon, it's basically my Friday. What are we, Valentine's Day isn't for days now. And I was already asking about it. I said, hey, what are we going to do for Valentine's Day? This will be awesome. And I got the cold shoulder a little bit. She's like, what? Well, I already bought all the food for it. And I already, I'm not trying to step on any. I thought I was being proactive, but obviously
I
not
think that's
enough.
good. That is good that you did, you were asking on Thursday instead of on Sunday morning. That is an improvement. I was already at the store, so, I know that the 14th of February comes the same time of year.
I don't always know that.
Yeah. So
I've got a history of falling down on the job.
So I'm aware, and so I did pick up some goodies and some good stuff for our dinner, and he bought me roses already.
Hey, well,
How considerate.
yeah. She came home with potted rose plant, so I bought her roses.
Hey!
Let's see if that gets me lucky.
All right, our next question is, last year I gave my girlfriend strawberries, whipped cream, and edible underwear.
Yes.
She was pissed,
Oh,
but
no.
I still don't see why. How was that so bad? I think this is really funny. Well, I think you gotta read your audience, right? I mean, maybe that would have been a fun addition. Did you do flowers? Did you do,
Did you take the trash out in the morning? Or did you just throw them at her and say, all right, put them on?
Yeah, you know, was there dinner? Was there, you know, some romance? It sounds like maybe that's what she was looking for. And so I think that that can be tricky as far as, you know, where you wanted the evening to go, and maybe what it should have started with. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that as a additional gift, right, or something. And not everybody exchanges gifts,
right?
Too.
And
That's
it depends too. I've found out that if it's a gift that I'm gonna derive a bunch of pleasure from, sometimes it's not considered as a gift from me to her. as much as I had like thought about it in my mind, I'm like, this will be great, but if it's for both of us, then is it really a gift for me to her? You know, it's a tightrope to walk sometimes.
Yeah, that is an interesting aspect, right? Yeah. Well, and ask her. Yeah. You know, say, hey, I blew it last year, so you know, what can I possibly do to make it better this year?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. So,
what's going on over there?
We seem to have a special visit. Let's see.
What in the world?
What's going on? All right. Hello. Hi. Why, we happen to have Cupids with us.
Cupids?
Cupids!
What?
Fill your cup and don't be stupid. Here's some Valentines from Cupid.
Woo!
Wow, you guys. I didn't know you guys were coming on. This is amazing.
Yeah, well, we've been extra busy this year because with everyone being quarantined, we have to send the Valentines for them. So we've been flying around a bunch, but we wanted to make a special stop because while you think that your grapes and your grapevines have been lying dormant in the field, they actually have been thinking about you a lot, Jesse and Michelle.
Oh.
We have the proof here. You got some special delivery Valentine.
Yay!
Oh, man.
Shall we open up?
Yes!
Okay. Here we go. Number one. Okay. Oh, here we go. Shall I compare thee to a Chardonnay? Thou art more buttery and more oaky. Stay sweet, love Riesling. Yeah. It's so sweet. They just love you so much. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Uh-oh. This one needs a little backbeat.
Oh.
Wishing you a smoky, spicy, peppery night with a set of strong shoulders. Syrah.
Ooh.
That almost not safe for work. Syrah's always getting a little bit cheeky, if you know what I mean. Oh, okay. Here's another one. Wines can be red, wines can be white. Put them together, rosé all night.
Yeah.
The Rosé Brothers. This is from the Rosé of Sangiovese and the Rosé of Cabernet Sauvignon specifically.
No way.
The wines
So
are
cool.
so thoughtful.
Well, it looks like there's one more. Just one more. I didn't remember what happened before, but here it is. I may be Iron Man, but my heart turns to gold when I think of you, Michelle. Love, Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. is. I have no idea.
That's right.
Yeah, who is that?
Yeah,
Who is that? Academy Award-winning
yeah,
handsome devil.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
That's your Valentine's.
I love
What
it.
the grape sent you this year?
Well, you know, we actually have a couple of quick questions. Do you have time to answer those?
We're pretty busy, but I suppose we could take a few.
Yeah, we can take a few.
All right. So here's the thing: is people want to know why Cupid is constantly causing troublesome heartbreak.
Well, it's pretty fun for us, you know. I mean, this person likes this person, but that person likes this person, you know. And it's pretty fun to get a lot mixed up. And, I mean, we gotta keep ourselves interested, right?
But we've been doing this job for a long time. You know, we look like babies, but as you can see, we are full-grown adults. And things get a little boring. So, you know, I would just say, like, we cause trouble. We don't need to cause trouble.
No, they don't like say, oh, we didn't cause trouble today.
We don't have to cause. I mean, here's the thing. I have the issue with the idea of a heart breaking, because truly, a heart is a muscle, and when flexed enough, it is very strong.
Oh.
It's not going to break. You are strong enough to get through this.
And you know what helps your heart? A nice glass of red wine.
Oh,
Yay!
yes. That's excellent advice. All right, here's another question for you that people are dying to find out. What is the official wine of Valentine's Day? Is it bubbles or is it red wine?
He's so expressive, really.
I know.
So, okay. Hot take on this year. It's gonna be a sparkling red.
Whoa!
Oh, mic drop.
Oh, that is a phenomenal answer there, Cupid. Damn.
So many call it diplomatic. I would call it safe, but also delicious. Lambrusco or sparkling Shiraz.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. We actually, Mom has a special release of a sparkling Shiraz time to time. That's really fantastic. Ah,
Yes.
so good.
So good.
All right, so last question for you guys. What is it that you do to celebrate Valentine's Day?
Well,
Nobody's ever asked that question before. That is so sweet.
yeah. Thanks for thinking about our welfare.
Yeah.
All right.
So this year, you know, we're trying to get the deliveries done early, so you know we can at least have a little bit of one-on-one time. You and I have been together for a long time. You know, we've been romantically entangled for a very long time. But you know, it's I think what we like to do is we like to go on a nice little flight together. Some like to go on a walk, but we do have wings, so we can go a little flight path. And you know, maybe spear some tuna fish and you know, sit down and watch some The Circle on Netflix.
That's hilarious.
Early Valentine's night here at the Cupids.
Yeah, we're pretty boring.
Well, speaking of one-on-one, maybe you can answer this question we just had that they asked us and we didn't know the answer to. A guy said last year he gave his girlfriend strawberries, whipped cream, and edible undies, and she kind of got mad at him. Do you have any idea what may have happened there?
Ooh,
You could have called us first.
yeah. So you gotta do a little bit of recon, because the idea it depends. Every couple's different. But I wonder, you know, with the gift, there's an implied service or acts of service that must be done. And if you're not in the mood, you know, you're not in the mood.
Language of love.
Speaking of which.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. What a great opportunity.
Yeah, of course. But I do think we do have to jet. The diapers need changing. It's time to go. Time to fly.
Bye, guys.
Oh my God, that was amazing. I had no idea. I didn't even know you knew Cupid's number.
Well, you know, I'm full of surprises too. It's not as exciting as edible underwear, but it's pretty exciting.
All right.
How are we doing on time?
26 minutes
Excellent.
after.
We have a couple more questions.
Cool.
Yeah, all right. So I'm single and no, I'm not single.
You're not single? That's good news, actually. Sheesh.
The question is, from somebody who says they are single and find Valentine's Day depressing. Any advice? What advice? Not any advice.
Well, I mean,
Wait, I'm sorry.
Sorry,
I
go
can't
ahead.
read and
Oh,
drink. As you guys remember, this is my drinking day, and I can't handle my booze anymore.
She's a cheap date, finally.
So what advice do you have for those of us not interested in celebrating a relationship?